Hello, my miraculous friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you for joining me here for this YouTube Live on the holy day of Pentecost. I'm so excited to be here with you. My name is Reverend Frances Fayden. And today I'm going to be channeling the energy and the presence of both Mother Mary and Christ. They're both going to be here with us, and they're going to be offering us messages of hope and healing. So many people have been saying to me, Reverend Frances, what's going on in the world? What is Mother Mary saying about what's going on in the world? And the best thing for me to do is to make her presence available. And she has been, since the beginning of the year, asking me to also bring in the energy of Christ, which you might call him Jesus, but it's really not the personality of Jesus. It's the larger Christ consciousness, which I personally believe Mother Mary and Jesus are the masculine and the feminine Christ. And that Christ seed is within all of us. And so today we're going to have the chance to hear from them and hear about what they want us to know. Jesus has been working with Mother Mary all this year in my inner circle group, where people get individual personal messages every month. And it's a 9-year, astrologically, we're in a 9-year. And that number is very connected to the Christ vibration. It's the 333 vibration. And so this second half of the year is going to be really filled with that energy. If you choose to tune into it, not everybody's choosing to tune into it, and that's okay. But if you're choosing to tune into that Christ energy through Mother Mary, through Jesus, through whatever divine being you want to connect with, you're going to find that the second half of the year is going to go in a different direction for you than probably the rest of the world. And that's one of the things that I really wanted to emphasize, is that aligning yourself with their energy, what I call connecting with the highest frequency that you can every day, is one of the best things you can do, not only to protect yourself, but to elevate yourself, to keep you in that higher consciousness, in that higher vibration. It's not as if the things aren't happening in the world, but you're not at the level of the problems. You're in a different energy, and maybe you're going to come up with some solutions. Maybe there's going to be some things that are going on. We don't know. But that's what I've been doing. I've been doing the best I can every day to connect in with the highest frequency that I can, and to keep my energy in that higher place, and to take really good care of myself physically, mentally, emotionally, and of course, spiritually. So again, thank you for being here. One of the things I'm going to ask is whether you're watching live or you're watching on the replay, if you could put in the chat, where are you joining from? I always love to know, like, where is our circle? We're going to be creating this beautiful circle of people all around the world. And it makes me so happy to know where you are, because then I also send blessings to you wherever you are. And then the second thing I want to let you know is that I'm going to be doing some channeling today. I'm going to be passing along these messages of hope and healing. Mother Mary let me know that for some of you, you're going to have the opportunity to receive a personal message. And so if you're one of the people that wants a personal message, again, this is for the people that are live, because if you're watching it on the replay, I can't give you a message with your name because I don't know that you're here. But what I will say is, if you're here and on the replay, listen to the messages that come through as if they're for you, because you tuned into this frequency for a reason, and all of these messages could be for you. So if you're here live with me, put your name and the word message in the chat. The reason that I want your name is because sometimes people are here on YouTube, and the name that they put is nothing I know what it is. So I actually need to know what your first name is, and then the word message. And I'll get to as many as I can. Probably can't get to everybody, but we'll see. We'll see once we get into this flow, what Mother Mary's wanting us to do, what Christ is wanting us to do, and really the energy of the Holy Spirit, because we are here on the Feast of Pentecost. Pentecost is the day where Holy Spirit energy just blesses us, right? And so we want to be in that energy of blessing. And that's all what my work is helping people connect to the source of miracles that's within them, that they can connect with at any time. So before we do anything else, my friend, let's take a few deep breaths together. Take a few deep breaths together. Breathing in the energy of expansion, breathing out anything you no longer need. And let's all give ourselves permission to let go of whatever happened before, whatever might be happening later, and just come deeply into the now. And what we're doing is we're preparing our body, mind, and spirit. We're getting everybody aligned, getting all the parts of ourselves to be calm and to be open and receptive and bringing us into this moment. So, highly encourage you if you have, a lot of different things going on, maybe put your phone on do not disturb mode or whatever it might be, and give yourself time with your hand on your heart to just breathe for a little bit. Let yourself breathe. Now, I'm going to ask you to just check in with yourself and just really see, like, what is it that I really need today? What is it that I could use? Maybe you're here, why did you decide to either watch this replay, or why did you decide to be here live with me on this sacred day? Whatever that reason is, there's no wrong reason. Let yourself go just underneath that reason to the feeling that you want to have. And by the end of our time together, how do you want to feel? What's the experience you want to receive? And maybe you're here for inspiration and you want to feel inspired. Maybe you're here for reassurance and you really want to hear some words of encouragement. Maybe you're just here because you want to connect in with that high frequency and you're looking for some hope or you're looking for some healing. Let yourself imagine that you've already received it and you're feeling all the feelings. You're feeling what you would feel, feeling loved, feeling connected, feeling seen, feeling uplifted. And let yourself feel that energy. And as you let that energy just flood your body, that feeling, and if you don't know what to feel, I always say just focus on gratitude. Let yourself feel that feeling. And as you're feeling that feeling, what's happening? You're sending out a powerful intention to the universe. And by law, the universe must respond with that same vibration. So, knowing that, that's exactly what's going to be happening for you. Let's take one more deep breath together in gratitude, and we can begin. All right, my friend, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to take a look in the chat in just a minute and just write down some names. But if you're just joining, I'm Reverend Frances Fayden. I am a direct channel for Mother Mary, and through Mother Mary, also able to channel other beautiful divine beings like Christ, like Yogananda, like Archangel Michael, all these beautiful high beings that I love spending time with. All of it comes through what I call the grace of Mother Mary. Now, when I say Mother Mary, I want to be very clear with you. I'm not just talking about the person that lived in a particular time period. I'm talking about the energy that Mother Mary represents, which for me, I call it the energy of unconditional love. Every time we connect with her energy, we're connecting with our own hearts and the field of unconditional love, which is where miracles come from, right? All the miracles, like some people call it the quantum field. We're talking about energy, and every one of us can connect with that energy. Nobody is without access to that. No matter what your circumstances are, everybody can connect with that energy because it's innate. You're born with it. That energy is with you. As I said, today we're going to be connecting with both Mother Mary and the Christ vibration, two halves of the same vibration, in my opinion. I'm not going to ask you to believe that, but that's what I believe. And they are going to be sharing with us today messages of hope, messages of healing, and whatever else you might need to hear today. Now, just to give you a little bit of context, today it is the feast day of Pentecost. And how we're going to be doing things today, if you've never been with me before, let me share with you how I work when I do a group thing like this. The first thing that I'm going to be doing after I just give you a little bit, I'm going to give you some information about the day. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about what Mother Mary's already shared with me. And then we're going to do a bit of a prayer and a guided meditation where all of us collectively are going to be drawing and invoking their presence to be with us. And then I'm going to be sharing with you what I'm seeing, hearing, and feeling, and passing along messages that are really for everybody, right? And then when I'm guided, Mother Mary will tell me if she wants to be giving out personal messages and to whom. I never know. So she'll be saying to me, okay, here's a message for so and so, whatever it might be. So some of you will be getting messages today, as far as I know, which is so exciting. I don't know what they're going to be about. I don't know why you're here, but she knows why you're here. And so she'll be giving you a message to help you with whatever it is. And then at the very end, we'll close the meditation. And usually I'll be around for a little while just to see if anybody has any follow-up questions or anything like that. It's a little challenging chat-wise because there's a little bit of a delay, but you can post anything that you want or need to ask in the chat, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Sometimes people get a message and they don't 100% understand what the message is about, and that's when it's good to be able to have that dialogue. Speaking of dialogue, one of the things I want to let you know right off the bat before I forget is for those of you who are interested in being able to receive a message from Mother Mary and from Christ every month over the next 6 months, you can join Mother Mary's Inner Circle. Mother Mary's Inner Circle is a personal message program. You can basically design your own spiritual growth program. You can basically design your own mentoring program where you can have a focus, or you can ask Mother Mary to give you a focus. And it could be for your spiritual growth. It could be around your business. It could be around your creativity. It could be around any area that you want. It could be a different topic every month. But you get to not only receive a message from Mother Mary and from Christ, but you can also ask a question. And it's more of a dialogue. So it's much more in depth. That's why I call it the Inner Circle. And right now we have 4 spots left. And this program begins on June 19th of 2025, meeting at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So if you'd like one of those spots, go and check it out. And I'd love to have you join us. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about today's energy. Today is the Feast of Pentecost, which is the time after Jesus' ascension. This is the time where the Holy Spirit energy, that spirit of the divine, comes and becomes activated in the apostles. And sometimes you'll see a painting where they're all sitting in the room and they have like fire coming out of the top of the head. And that's the energy of the Holy Spirit. If we were in India, we would be calling it a Kundalini awakening, right? They had this surge of energy that awakens in them, and it awakens their Christ identity. They become able to do many of the things that Christ was able to do when he was still in a body, right? So that energy, that Holy Spirit vibration is within you. And it's something that is available for all of us. And so again, by tapping into and connecting with the highest frequency that you can, as often as you can, you raise your vibration even more, and it gets you used to being in that really high energy. Yogananda said, one of the reasons that we do our spiritual practices is to prepare the body for the high current of energy that comes through when that awakening happens. There's a physical component to it, an energetic component to it, a spiritual component to it, a mental and emotional component to it. And so we want to prepare ourselves. And I think one of the best ways you can do it is by connecting in with a great being like Yogananda, Mother Mary, Jesus, these beings that love you so much and are rooting for you and are guiding this energy to wake up within you. Now, interestingly enough, I was looking on my calendar, and today is also the feast day of Mary, mediatrix of all graces, mediatrix of all graces. And in my understanding, Mother Mary is very connected with that Holy Spirit vibration, that Kundalini energy. It's the divine feminine, right? Whether you call it Mother Mary, whatever you call it. So the fact that this is the feast day of the mediatrix of all graces are what comes when you connect in with that energy, when you're connecting with that Holy Spirit. Mother Mary often shows herself with her hands down. If you have a miraculous medal like the one that I'm wearing, you'll see her arms are down and light is pouring out of her hands. And that light represents the energy of grace. What is grace? Grace is God's unconditional love. That's what it is. So, of course, she who is the field of unconditional love, what's pouring out of her hands is the energy of grace. Now, she had just said to us in the Magnify Your Miracles membership, she had said that she wanted us to start saying when a miracle happens, or that our definition of a miracle was unconditional love manifesting. So when you experience a miracle, whether that miracle is something like, oh, I got a parking spot right in the front of the area where I needed to go and get there on time, that could be a miracle. My definition of a miracle was when you experience something that is you didn't think was possible. That's my definition of a miracle. But Mother Mary says what makes the miracle happen is the unconditional love energy. God's unconditional love is always with you, wanting to work through you, for you, as you. And the more we allow that energy to work, the more we get to experience miracles. So I want you to think about that. I really want you to keep that in mind of like, whether you're looking for a message about your finances, a message about your health, a message about your job, a message about anything, whatever you're looking for, the answer comes is I'm going to let myself be open to that energy of unconditional love. I'm not going to judge myself and tell myself that I'm not ready or I'm not worthy or any of those things. Mother Mary says the only thing we have to do is be open and receptive. That's it. Jesus used to talk about this a lot in the Bible, and it used to piss people off. He would remember the story that Jesus says where he says, somebody hires these workers and the workers come first thing in the morning and they labor all day. And then other people come at 10 and some come right towards the end of the day, and everybody gets the same amount of money. And everybody's like, oh my God, that is so unfair. But it's a spiritual truth, is that what he's saying is it doesn't matter. You don't have to be, working hard. It's not about that. It's about receptivity. The more receptive you can be, the more you get to receive the energy that is readily available for everyone. So that's what I'm going to ask you to do today, is be readily available. Now, tomorrow, the 9th, is also when the planet Jupiter moves into the sign of Cancer, which is great news for me because that's when I was born, Jupiter was in Cancer. So Cancer, that energy is coming around. But for you, Jupiter is the planet of God. It's the guru planet. It's the divine, benevolent, expansive planet. It's in the sign of Cancer, which is the sign of the mother, right? So here we have another energy telling you that Jupiter, who wants to love you and bring you wonderful things and expand the goodness in your life, is in the sign of Cancer, which is all about that nurturing energy. So here we have Mother Mary's energy showing up for us yet again. And then here in the month, we also have, towards the end of the month, we celebrate the Feast of the Sacred Heart and the Immaculate Heart. Now, if you weren't raised in that Catholic tradition, you might not know anything about it, and that's okay. If you were in a different tradition, you would understand it differently. They would talk about that beautiful, the Hrit Padma is one of the words that we use for the Sacred Heart vibration in Sanskrit. It's a universal thing. It doesn't belong to any particular religion or any particular background. So this month of June is inviting you to connect with your own deep heart. It's inviting you to connect with the masculine and feminine within you, that Christ energy of doing and being, and really allowing yourself to be in that energy of blessings. All right, so that's what I wanted to tell you. And let me just, before I do my meditation, and I'm off in another zone here, I'm just going to look in the comments and make sure that I have everybody written down. All right. Alana and Jana. And Elaine is here. Oh my goodness, Elaine. Good to see you. And Angel, beautiful Angel. And hello, beautiful Anna in Texas. So happy to see you. Diane's in New Jersey. Hello, Diane. Good to see you. Beautiful Catherine is here. Makes me so happy to know where you guys are from. Julie up in Washington State is here. Jody is here as well. Kathy from Atlanta. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. All right, Julie, Catherine, Anna. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate it. Roberta. Some of you put it down twice, and that's okay. Karen. Karen is in Chartres. Oh my goodness, you're in France. You're bringing the France energy. Thank you, Karen. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Linda. Good to see you, Linda. Ken is here. Hello, Ken. Good to see you, sir. Kim is here. Hi, Kim. How are you doing? Ken is giving us a little education, which he loves to do, telling us that Pentecost was originally a Jewish holiday. Thank you, thank you. Yep, thank you, thank you. Okay, and Kim is in Tampa. Okay, so I think I got everybody. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. All right. So we're going to get to as many people as we can. What I'm going to ask you to do, now this is the way that we do it, which is so amazing, is we do this together. So it's so much more powerful when we're all participating. So what I'm going to ask you to do is get yourself into a comfortable position, whatever that is for you. And we're going to be collectively invoking their presence. Now, one of the things I teach my clients and I teach the people in my membership, and I'm always teaching people that work with me, is to pay attention to the energy, right? Sometimes people come to these things and they're a little bit more passive and they're just listening, and there's nothing wrong with that. But my goal and where the juice really is when you have an experience, right? So I do everything I can to create the energy so that you can have an experience. So I want you to just kind of notice, how does it feel if you're in your home or wherever you are right now? Notice the energy, notice how you feel, and notice like, how am I doing today? How does the energy in the room feel? Is it feeling kind of light? Is it feeling kind of dense? Is my energy feeling sparkly? Is it feeling a little bit dull? Like, how am I doing? Right? You just want to have that just to check in. And then after we do this prayer and we do this invocation, I want you to see how you feel, right? That's really important. It's one of the ways that you know that you've connected with spirit is your energy has shifted. It's one of the powerful things. So we're going to be utilizing your God-given power of imagination. So get yourself into that comfortable position in your mind's eye. Now, whether you're a visual person or you are more of a feeling-oriented person, there's no wrong way to do this. I want you to go with the way that works for you, but really let yourself have the experience. So in that mind's eye, let yourself see and feel that there's a little ball of golden light right in the middle of the chest area. And as you're breathing in, let yourself begin to see that beautiful little tiny ball of golden light beginning to expand, and breathing out anything that you no longer need. Here we go. And just let yourself see and feel that energy. Again, if you're more visual, let yourself see it. If you're more feeling oriented, let yourself feel it. Either way, let that energy just expand naturally on its own. And as this beautiful light is expanding, filling your beautiful chest area, on the next inhalation, let it fill the entire chest area, front and back, inside and out, till you really feel this beautiful golden light filling this whole area, deep, deep, deep in, front and back. And let this beautiful golden light frequency, let it bless this part of your body. Now, we know that this beautiful golden light frequency, this is the frequency that your own higher self lives in all the time, and it's always present within you. We're simply increasing our awareness of it. So on the next inhalation, let this energy go rapidly up the neck and into the head, moving down the shoulders, into the arms, all the way down to the fingertips, moving down the body, through the hips, down the legs, to the very tips of your toes, until you see and feel yourself completely filled with this beautiful golden light frequency. All the trillions of cells in your body just shimmering and glistening with light. Now, already you're receiving this blessing. So on the next inhalation, I'm going to ask you till in your mind's eye, let that energy go beyond the boundaries of the body into your energy field until you see and feel yourself as a beautiful golden light being. Now, what we've done is we've just raised our vibration individually and collectively. Whenever we do that, we are also expanding our awareness. I'm going to ask you to bring your awareness to the beautiful white light being that is right behind you. That is your beautiful guardian angel. And we're going to ask two favors of your guardian angel. One is to act as your own personal divine amplifier to really bring alive all of your inner senses so that you can have the most tangible experience of spirit possible. And two is to connect his or her energy, the energy of everybody else that is in our circle. And as this happens, you can feel yourself being transported from wherever you are into the same room energetically. And imagine that here we are in this beautiful room sitting, and you're sitting in this gorgeous chair, completely supported. And as you look around, you can see you're sitting in this beautiful circle of golden light beings surrounded by beautiful white light beings. Now, into this beautiful sacred space that we've created, we are going to be invoking the presence of Mother Mary. Well, first, we're going to invoke the archangels, and then Mother Mary, and then the energy of Christ. And I'm going to say my prayer out loud, and I really want you to say your own prayer as well. And remember, pay attention to the energy in the room. Pay attention if you notice any shifts happening. Mother, Father God, great spirit of the universe, we give thanks for this time together for our Pentecost Sunday message circle with Mother Mary and with Jesus. And we're asking that all of us have our inner eyes, ears, and hearts open as wide as possible, that we're able to truly see, hear, feel, and know their presence as it's being revealed to us. We know that we're always surrounded and protected in a circle of brilliant white light. And into the circle, we're welcoming all of the highest beings that want to come and support us. We welcome at this time. I specifically and lovingly invoke our very good friends, the four archangels, to come and create even more sacred space here for us. So right now, let's welcome in the energy of Archangel Michael, that blue and gold frequency. See a huge flash of light coming into our circle. Archangel Uriel, that red and gold frequency, another huge flash of light. Archangel Raphael, that green and gold frequency, a huge flash of light. And Archangel Gabriel, that white and gold frequency, a huge flash of light. They come into the circle and they go to the four corners, creating this beautiful diamond pattern into which we can invoke the presence of Mother Mary and of Jesus. So I specifically and lovingly, very gratefully and respectfully invoke the presence of our own beloved Mother Mary and Jesus the Christ to be with us and to share their wisdom, their hope, their healing, their compassion, all the beautiful qualities that they embody when they come to be with us. So I'm going to turn everything over to them. Begin by saying amen. And we can see this huge light, two huge lights coming right into the middle of our circle. As Mother Mary is making her presence known, I see Jesus coming in this beautiful purple that he loves to wear with the beautiful gold stitching. And let me take a look and see. Mother Mary is coming with her hands at her heart center. That's interesting. So I'm always listening for how she's referring to herself. And she's referring to herself as she who hears the cries of the world, which is very interesting because that's also, I believe, Kuan Yin refers to herself that way. And it might even be Green Tara in Tibetan Buddhism, she who hears the cries of the world. So Divine Mother coming to us, letting us know that she's hearing everything that's going on. And let me take a look and see. So Jesus is all in his beautiful purple, the robe of mastery is what I call it, the beautiful purple with the beautiful gold stitching all in here. And he has his hands up in blessing. Now let me listen and see what he is wanting us to know. So the first thing that he's wanting us to know as a message for everybody, especially if you feel especially connected to the energy of Christ, is not to judge by appearances. He is cautioning all of us and saying, right now, with a lot of the things that are going on in the world, he's saying that nothing is as it seems. And he's saying that like he's asking us to be more n- a little bit more neutral and a little bit more observing and a little bit more detached is the word that I'm hearing. And he said, and when you think something is really, really wonderful, take a step back. And when you think something is really, really terrible, take a step back. He knows how compassionate everybody is. He knows how concerned people are for the well being of other people. And he understands that. But he's also saying to you to step back because if you're in the same energy that's creating the things that are going on around you, you become part of it rather than being able to stop and hear and really listen for what's my guidance, what's being asked of me, what's happening right now. So he's really asking us to be a little bit more discerning and a little bit more detached and a little bit more mindful about things. What he's saying to me is he's showing me that when the night that he was arrested, he's showing me the scene where Peter comes and tries to attack the guard who's arresting him and cuts off his ear or something like that with a knife or a sword or something, and that Jesus stops him and he heals the man's ear because Peter started being in the energy of the Roman guards. He started being in that energy of what was going on, and that was just going to make everything worse. So he's asking us that. He's asking us to like take the step back and be discerning. And he's also saying that right now is a time of great change, but also deep trust. Very much like this time period from Good Friday, Holy Saturday, Easter Sunday, Ascension, and Pentecost. It's also this time period of like a huge adjustment. And yet, what's coming through is something that we can't even imagine. And so, if we try to hold on to things as they were, that's not going to work. But if we hold on to that which never changes, if we hold on within ourselves to truth, if we hold on to being the people that we are and not so worried about getting other people to be a certain way, but we be the energy, kind of what Gandhi says, to like be the change in the world. That's what he's asking us to do. And he's saying, I have walked this road. I have been down this road. I understand the forces that are happening. And I'm telling you that the thing to do is to not exactly protect your energy, but be responsible for your energy. Make sure that you're doing the things you need to do to keep yourself connected, to focus on, as Mother Mary has said, in times of great change, focus on that which never changes, right? That's Mother Mary's advice for all of us. That's a similar thing that he's saying, is not to get pulled into the same energy that's causing the problems, because there's no solutions there. So that's what he's wanting us to know. Let me take a look at what Mother Mary is saying. So the first thing Mother Mary wants me to say to everybody is that she has been praying with you and for you. She knows everything that matters to you. She knows what's in your heart. She's telling you, never judge your own prayers. Some people will say to me, oh, there's so much going on in the world. I shouldn't ask Mother Mary about this, or I shouldn't pray about that. And she's like, stop that. Okay. She's just saying, stop that. Come to me with everything. Come to me with everything. If you cannot come to me with everything, I can't help you, right? Mother Mary's always respecting our free will. So there's nothing too small and there's nothing too large. She says these things are concepts that you use that don't apply in spirit. She's like, one day you'll see, one day you'll know that there's no such thing as a big prayer or a small prayer. Every prayer is a sacred prayer. Every prayer is a sacred prayer. And she's wanting you to be, her words are, more forthcoming. I'm wanting you to be more forthcoming. I'm wanting you to share more with me. Don't hold anything back. So even if you're worried about, like, I don't know, what's something that's kind of, you would think you don't want to bother Mother Mary about something. Maybe you have a favorite, like, nail polish color or something like that. And the last time you went to the store, they didn't have your favorite color and you're bummed about it. Mother Mary says, next time you go to the store, pray first, right? Pray and say, oh, Mother Mary, I really like that nail polish color. Just, I would love to have that nail polish again. Okay. You're thinking yourself, oh, that's trivial. Mother Mary says, if it brings you joy, it's not trivial. Your joy is my joy. That's what she always says, right? Your joy is my joy. Your struggle is my struggle. Your success is my success. And so Mother Mary is always trying to get us to understand that that voice that tells you, oh, don't ask about that, or oh, that's silly, or whatever, that's your ego. That's your ego trying to keep you from being spiritually connected. It's trying to keep you feeling self-sufficient and I don't need help and all of that. It's not helping you. So the best thing you can do is just give all of it, give it all in your prayers. Now, that doesn't mean that you abandon your responsibilities. It's mentally unburdening yourself and saying, you know what, Divine Mother, or whatever you believe in, whatever form of the divine you believe in, you're like, here, all of it. You can have all of it. And so she's asking me to give you this practice. I give this practice to my own clients. And also I've given this practice to people that are in the inner circle and also people in my membership, where I say at the end of the day, whatever you got done or whatever you didn't get done, because we tend to judge ourselves, like, how do we do on our to-do list, right? At the end of the day, take a look at everything that you did and put it at the feet of Divine Mother and say, Divine Mother, all of this here, whatever I did today, take it. Whatever's supposed to come from it, it's yours. And whatever you didn't finish, whatever you didn't accomplish, whatever you thought you should do, all that judgy stuff, put that at her feet and say, you know what? Everything I didn't do, here you go. And make it all okay. This will reduce your stress so much. You're just like, you know what? Here all of it is. Make it all okay. And I'm going to go to bed now and I'm going to get a good night's sleep. And tomorrow I'm going to do my best. And at the end of the next day, put it all at her feet and say, make it all okay. So Mother Mary is asking you to really trust that she's right here with you. She is praying with you, praying for you, and really working with your energy. And since I've been working with her since 2012 and channeling her energy and channeling her messages, I can tell you, of all the beings I've worked with throughout my lifetime, Mother Mary is the one that cares probably the most and is the most invested in you manifesting your dream and manifesting your purpose. I think she keeps coming back on the planet over and over again and encouraging us over and over again because that's her purpose. I don't think she's done with her life purpose. And her life purpose is to help you achieve yours, which the ultimate purpose for all of us is our awakening, right? Our ultimate purpose is to become that Christ. And Mother Mary is the queen of helping people become the Christ because that's what she did, right? She was able to bring forth that Christ energy in such a powerful way. Okay, so let me take a look and see what else they want us to know and if they're going to be giving us some personal messages today. I love being in the energy of Mother Mary and Jesus and just the personal, sweet connection that we have with them is nothing like it. Okay. So Mother Mary wants me to talk to you a little bit about the energy of worry. She's telling me that a lot of you here, whether you're watching live, watching the replay, there's a big energy of worry, 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 worry. People are kind of swirling in this worry vibration. And part of it is a habit. Part of it is habitual. She's telling me that once you start worrying, it's kind of like a snowball going down the hill. It can just tend to get bigger. And so she really wants you to kind of stop your worry as best as you can. And she's saying that worry is actually the negative use of faith, right? Worry is when we're thinking of something that's not good happening and we're thinking about it happening. And so rather than having faith that something good is going to happen, we have faith that something not good is going to happen and it manifests as worry. But she's saying that, and I'm taking this as a personal message for myself as well, is that the habit of worry needs to be stopped. And the way that she's saying to do that is to stop feeding it, So if you are, like Jesus is saying, if you're looking at the news or anything like that, and you're getting pulled into energy, you have the ability to stop and turn it off and go back to yourself and do something that's going to move you forward with your joy? What are you doing today to move yourself forward with your joy, with your dream, with your purpose? What is that? Are you working on your book? Are you growing your business? Are you expanding your service? Like, what are you doing that will help you with your joy? Because she says what's happening is worry is stealing your energy, and it's keeping you in kind of like procrastination, or what's the word I'm looking for? It's not procrastination. It's distraction. That's the word I'm looking for. And a distracted mind doesn't move forward. And so that's what she's saying is really, really important to let that go. Okay, so let's see if we can give people some personal messages here today. Now, whenever I do a group like this, what's different about it is you and I can't dialogue. And so again, I don't know why you're here. I don't know anything. I'm just going to be sharing with you messages as I'm hearing them. Again, if you want to be able to dialogue and be able to hear those messages every month, you can join the inner circle, which would be so awesome for you because it'll make the rest of your year amazing. So I'm going to do the best I can. What I'm going to say is, even if I'm not speaking with you, so I'm going to see who she's wanting me to go to. Even if I'm not speaking with you, keep your ears open because spirit can speak through other people's messages to you. Okay. So you came here for a reason. I want you to trust the reason that you're here and trust that you're going to get what you need. Even if I'm not speaking to you in an inner circle call, 6 people, sometimes people feel like all 6 messages are for them. This is really powerful. This could happen again right now. So let me take a look and see what they're wanting us to know. All right, my friends. So I'm going to ask you to just, in your mind's eye, imagine that you can see them standing right in the middle of the circle. And let me take a look and see who they're going to first. Karen, who is in France. They're going to you first, Karen. All right, so let's take a look and see here for you. So Karen, just imagine, if you will, that you can see and feel Mother Mary and Jesus with their hands right on the top of your head. And let me take a look here and see what they're wanting you to know. Mother Mary's got her hand on your heart chakra, right on your chest, on your heart center. So Mother Mary is talking to me about the word courage. And she's telling me, first of all, she says, I know that you said that you're there in France for a Divine Feminine conference, I think you said. Yeah, it says right there, you're Divine Feminine, which is awesome. And one of the things she's saying is, while you're there, A, look out for signs that Mother Mary is talking to you. But B, she's talking about your heart chakra and saying how she wants you to be praying and focusing on the energy of courage, that you have the courage to step into your dream, that you have the courage to do whatever it is that you really want to be doing. Like whatever that is, she says that courage is the thing, to have the courage to, whether it's be more visible, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but she's talking about how important it is to have that courage. Now, the other thing I will share with you is that Jesus is saying, he's standing behind you now with his hands right on the back side of your heart chakra. And usually when they work on the back, it has to do with the past. But he's got his hands right between your shoulder blades, working on the back side of your heart chakra. And they're both activating your heart center to be able to experience more and more love. He's talking about letting go of the past, letting go of some old hurts from the past, but he's also saying to you, and let her know, remind her that I have her back and that I'm always standing behind her. I'm always standing behind her. Both of them have your heart center right in their hands. Let me take a look and see what they want you to know about that. Yeah, they're telling me that whatever it is that's from the past that was weighing you down is over. Like whatever that concern was, don't worry about that. Just take care of your heart center, really give yourself, feed your joy, really take care of yourself on that level, and you're going to be fine. But they're both working with you. And then they're both giving you a blessing on your forehead, going back to the middle circle. And I say, thank you so much for being here and bringing forth that beautiful message for all of us. Going to go over to Anna next. Anna, who's down in Texas. All right, Anna, let's take a look and see here for you. So just imagine, if you will, you can see both of them with their hands on top of your head. And let's take a look and see what they're wanting you to know. So both of them they're putting their hands on your hands. And what they're showing me is I'm seeing you making things. I don't know if this is knitting but you're doing things with your hands. Creative things, something along those lines. But they're wanting you to see their hands in your hands and how important it is for you to get out of your head and be in your hands and really, how can I say this? It's like owning a whole other piece of you, and let your body be involved in the creation and the joy. Mother Mary's telling me that you're embarking on a new era, a new chapter, a new way of being that feels really expansive, but it might also feel a little disorienting. Yeah, she says it could feel a little disoriented. So if you feel that way, if you feel a little disoriented, just know like, oh, I'm kind of getting my sea legs because you're having a different adventure. You're going off on like a really different kind of a journey. And you're meant to be using your hands. It's really important for you. So that could be painting, that could be knitting, that could be clay, that could be making something, that could be calligraphy. I don't know, but something with your hands. And they're both blessing your hands and saying that, whatever you would be doing or making is going to have a holy vibration to it. Even if it's just for fun, there's going to be a sacred energy because they're both in there working with you. All right, my friend. And then they're giving you a blessing on your forehead. Thank you for being in the circle and sharing that beautiful message with all of us. Going to Elaine next. Elaine, who's in California. All right, Elaine, let's take a look and see here for you. So just imagine, if you will, you can see both of them putting their hands right on the top of your head. And let me take a look. And then they're both putting their hands on your back. I don't know if you've been having back problems, but they're both putting a lot of healing energy down your back. A lot of energy around the back. So let me ask them why. So some of it feels physical. But Mother Mary's also saying that there's something from the past. Something from the past that I'm going to try to see if I can get a little bit more specific here. What is it from the past that you're in the process of letting go, or that you really need to let go? Yeah, it's at the low back. So there's some kind of relationship thing. It's probably more than I can say in a forum like this, but it's some kind of relationship thing right around the low back, kind of between the second and third chakra, that needs to go. So one of the things that you can do until we know more information is you can do a ritual. You can do a little writing to this energy and just, let it know that it's time to go. Grab myself a tissue here, that it's time to go. And, it's served its purpose, but time to move on. Oh, yeah. And you have a birthday this month. And then we have solstice this month. So sometime between now and your birthday, or now and solstice, or you can do it on solstice, Mother Mary's saying we're really good to just anything from your past that feels heavy, that feels like unhappy, any old memories, write it down on a piece of paper. And, well, you're in California, so I don't know if you can burn it, but you can try to do something. You can always rip it up and just, do that. But do a ritual around it and let it go, because whatever that is, it feels like it's holding you back a little bit. And Mother Mary is also saying that you're really stepping into a new chapter as well, whatever this thing is feels a little heavy, feels like it's holding you back a little bit. But that's what they want you to know, giving you a blessing on your forehead, going back to the middle of the circle. I say thank you for being in the circle and helping us with that message. Going over to Linda next. All right, Linda, let's take a look and see here for you. So just imagine, if you will, that you can see and feel Mother Mary and Jesus with her hands on top of your head. And what do they want you to know? So Mother Mary has her hand on your third eye, on your forehead. And Jesus has his hands over your ears. Let me take a look and see why. Mm. So Mother Mary's telling me that on the one hand, they're talking to me about your inner eye and your inner ear, and talking about kind of giving some energy to your intuition. But I also feel like there's something that's heavy up here on your third eye, like something that you haven't been wanting to see, or something that's been feeling painful to watch, or something along those lines. Mother Mary is wanting me to say to you very specifically, you have to be very careful of what you're taking in, of what you're hearing, of what you're seeing. That's why Jesus has his hands over your ears. He's like, you have to be very careful, because if there are other people in your life, or it's the news, or whatever might be going on, things are really impacting you more than you're aware of. And Mother Mary wants you to be very careful about your energy. You, who are a bright light here on the planet, you got to be careful, what you're letting in. So opposite energy would be listening to uplifting things and podcasts and solfeggio frequencies. I don't know if you know about those, but those would be really helpful. You want to balance out and make sure you're hearing, and also to be telling yourself positive things, to be speaking words of truth to yourself, to be speaking, somebody said, speaking life into yourself, like really letting yourself do that, using your words in a positive way, and keeping your attention, your mind, what you're seeing and what you're hearing, on things that are important to you, and not on things that are in any way negative or draining. Okay, then they're giving you a blessing on your forehead, going back to the middle of the circle. I say thank you for being in the circle and bringing forth that message. I will say, if anybody doesn't understand your message, or you need some clarification, you can say so in the chat. You can let me know that too. And you can also ask me at the end if anybody needs any clarification. All right, let me see who they're going to next. Going to Jody next. All right, Jody, let's take a look and see here for you. Imagine, if you will, that you can see both of them with their hands on top of your head. And let's take a look and see what they're wanting you to know. So Mother Mary is putting a pen in your hand. And what is she asking you to write? All right. So besides the obvious reference to like a book, I'm also hearing, have you written down your manifesto? Have you written down like what your business is about, but also you, like what you're about and what you're really here. What are you up to? But to write it in a manifesto form, like, here's the truth. Like, here's my thing. Mother Mary says there's a lot of power in writing for you. And so, writing your affirmations or whatever it might be. Jesus is telling me that he's wanting you to go out of the box. So part of you that's been wanting to kind of be in a box and try to, do things in a certain way. But he's like, she doesn't fit in any boxes. She doesn't fit in any boxes. And don't try to be in a box. Um, and your clarity comes through writing. So whenever you feel a little bit confused, I'm hearing to like, write things out because your mind is super active. And they're both telling me like she needs to write it out to kind of slow down the brainwave process and get it on paper. Because when you have clarity, boom, everything shifts for you. Everything shifts for you when you have clarity. But when you don't have clarity, it's kind of like walking through the mud. And so they're telling me one of the things that's really important for you for the second half of the year is clarity. Like make that your priority. I would ask myself every day, am I clear? Just to check, like, how am I doing? If I am, great. But if I'm not, if fuzziness is kind of creeping in, and that can be around any area of your life. Do I have clarity? I think that's why Mother Mary's saying, write it out, like write out your own manifesto of like, I'm here in this life for this purpose. I'm here in my business for this purpose. Not that it has to be left brain, but that it's more of like you're getting that clarity in your mind, because when you have clarity, Jesus is saying it's like a lightning bolt. It's like you just have that amazing ability to like change things. So that's one of the things that he is saying for you. All right, then they're giving you a blessing on your forehead, going back to the middle of the circle. I say thank you for being in the circle and bringing forth that beautiful message. Okay, we have time for one more person. Let's take a look and see who they're going to go to. They're going to go to Jana. All right, Jana, let's take a look and see here for you. So just imagine, if you will, you can see both of them with their hands on top of your head. Mother Mary, again, putting her hand on the heart. Now, when Mother Mary does something more than one time, it's a repeating message. And so that means that it probably applies to everybody when we have a repeating message. But she's putting her hand on your heart. She says her left hand is on your heart. Right hand is on top of your head. And let me look and see. Jesus is behind you with his hands on your shoulders. And let me look and see what they're wanting you to know. All right, Jana. Couple things that they're wanting me to share with you. It's similar to the first message, a little bit about courage, but it's not 100% about courage. What Mother Mary's wanting me to say for you is she's wanting you to have more emotional support in your life. Your heart feels heavy. There's like a heaviness that's there. There's a little bit around courage, but it's mostly a little bit of grief. I don't know if I would use the word regret, but there's just a heavy energy that's there. Mother Mary's saying you've been trying to do things on your own for a really long time, and you really want to have that support in your life. It's really important for you to start being on that. But in order to do that, you have to be open. And that's where the courage comes in. It's the courage to be open. It's the courage to receive the help. It's the courage to let yourself be supported. A lot of us who didn't get supported when we were younger, it's a scary thing to be open to that support. We're afraid people aren't going to be there or whatever it might be. And Mother Mary's saying she's asking you to pray for the courage to ask for that support, to pray for the courage to receive that support. And it really starts with being open to spirit even more. Now, you might think that you're really open spiritually, but Mother Mary says she's got angels that are like knocking on your door. She has angels that are like, please let me help you. Please let me help you. And there's a little bit of a, I can do it myself. Thank you very much kind of energy going on. So Mother Mary's saying, pray for the willingness to receive help, even from the angels. There's so many angels around you that are wanting to help you. And those angels will show up in the form of people in different situations, but you got to be open. You got to be open to receiving that help. Really, really important. I'm going to see if Jesus has anything he wants to tell you. Hang on. Yeah, what he's wanting me to tell you is there's something about forgiving yourself. I don't know what, I don't know when, but for whatever it is, he's telling you that it's okay. It's okay. You can forgive and you can let go, whether it's forgiving yourself, forgiving somebody else. He's like, it's okay. You can forgive yourself. You're okay. I think that forgiveness, that self-forgiveness or forgiving whatever it is, it opens up so many miracles for you when you can let go and really just forgive yourself. So that's all I'm going to say about that because it's probably all I can say in this kind of a public forum like that. But that's what I wanted to say. All right, let me see if there's anything else, and let me see if anybody has any questions. Oh, good, Linda. Yay. I'm glad it was spot on. That makes me happy because I have no idea. No idea who's here and why things are happening. Let me take a look and see if there's anything else. All right. So last thing I will share with you that Mother Mary wants you to know is a lot of people have been talking to me about the times that we're in. And Mother Mary's wanting me to be really clear with you that there's nothing that's happening on the planet that is new. Okay. And what she means by this is she has lived through very similar times as this. And if you look at some of these actors, these characters that are on the world stage right now, we've all seen them before. We've all seen a Pontius Pilate, pretending to be doing the right thing and really not. We've seen people in leadership positions, not being darn like we've seen this. Mother Mary says, we've seen King Herod. King Herod, that energy shows up every time that children are being endangered or abused or whatever. It's like King Herod's energy is around. And we've seen the energy of Caesar, the energy of that dominating kind of thing. We've seen this. Mother Mary says it's 2,000 years and we still see this. And so the good news is we've seen this and we've overcome and we've dealt with this. And she's wanting you to remember that these are just archetypes and these are just energies that are happening. And the last thing you want to do is give away your power. But if, like Mother Mary, you find yourself in a situation where you don't feel safe, you go to Egypt. Mother Mary says, I did not stay in Nazareth when we didn't feel safe. I did what I needed to do to take care of myself. So if anybody feels that way, like you need to take care of yourself, then you need to take care of yourself, whether that's at home or in a larger societal context, you need to take care of yourself. But at the same time, what you want to remember is that there is an energy behind all of these energies that never changes. And you align yourself with that energy and you do not get into all the other stuff. And that's a big piece of what's happening. Mother Mary says that this is a day-by-day faith walk for most of us, that we're being guided and up-leveled in ways that we don't understand right now. And our insistence in understanding it is only going to impede us. So have your feelings, let yourself feel whatever you're feeling, but dig deep into your spiritual practices and remember who you are. Remember who you are, even during these times. Remember who you are. The saddest thing is when we let the times change us. That's when we have to be really mindful. Don't let the times change you. Let these times be an opportunity for you to step forward more fully into who you are. All right. So we're going to say thank you, thank you, thank you to Mother Mary and to Jesus. We're going to release them from our circle with as much love and gratitude as we can. Going to say thank you to the angels and all the beings that were helping us. We're going to release them with love and gratitude. Going to take one more look around our circle, offer our love and our gratitude to everybody who's here from all around the world. We're going to release them. And we're going to ask our beautiful guardian angel to release us from everybody's energy. And as this happens, we're coming back to our own space, our own room, wherever we might be, becoming very aware of the body temple, feeling the chair that we're sitting on that's supporting us, and just allowing ourselves to become more and more present, noticing our surroundings, feeling our feet on the floor, letting ourselves see and feel the energy of Mother Earth rushing up and connecting with the bottoms of our feet. Feel that energy coming through the feet, through the ankles, through the calves, up through the knees, into the thighs, going through the hips. Feel that grounding energy, but also very nurturing energy as it moves through the hips, through the low back, up the spine, into the lower part of the torso, moving into the middle, and then the upper torso, down the arms, into the hands, up the neck, into the head, till you're seeing and feeling yourself filled with that grounding Mother Earth energy. Now it's a good time to move the body temple. And move that body, temple, fingers, toes, whatever it might be. Taking one more deep breath with me. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. All right, my friends. So I got to put my glasses on to see any comments. If anybody has any other questions or comments, and remember, if you want to be, and this is just a tiny taste of what happens in the inner circle, if you want to join us in the inner circle and get to have a dialogue where you get to ask for clarification, you get to ask for messages for whatever you want help with, you can join Mother Mary's Inner Circle and be part of this for the next 6 months, starting on the 19th. All right, let me see if you guys have any other comments or need any other. Oh, Karen, who's in France. You're from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the house. We should totally connect. Anna says, oh, good. It was spot on for her. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jody, female frequency says, message is heard. Okay, awesome, awesome. If anybody has any other questions related to anything else, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm just going to have a little sip of my smoothie. And the big question I have for everybody is, could you feel the energy shift before and after? It's so important that you, when you're doing your spiritual practices, you pay attention. How did I feel before and how did I feel after? That's one of the ways you can start to invoke the presence of these beings to be with you when you're praying, when you're meditating. Is sometimes people say, I don't know if they're there. Well, I want you to know if they're there. I want you to be able to tell, is it a tingling sensation? Do you just feel lighter? Do you feel happier? Do you notice anything? Does the curtain move? You know, you want to pay attention to these kind of things. Kathy, thank you, thank you. And Alana, thank you, thank you. So grateful. Anybody else have any other questions or anything else that you want to know? Let me know. And I'd love to know if you could feel that energy. Feel the energy shifting in the room. All right, let me see if there's anybody else. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, my friends, then I'm going to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to wrap up our beautiful time today. I so appreciate you being here. It's amazing to have this collective energy here together. So God bless each and every one of you, and we'll see you next time. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.